only way we know how. With a little bit of coffee and a little bit of razzle dazzle. We're also going to be chilling and watching bizarre and hilarious reels. For the hell of it, I'm going to leave the lines open so you guys can call in if you'd like, if you want to wish everybody a good morning, a happy weekend, all that stuff. Pepper Mike, Pepper Milk 8, groovy tunes to start, you damn right. Nathan, what's going on? John Michael, we got another Nathan showing up here. Nathan Keegi, first time finally able to listen live from Pennsylvania. So cheers to our next door neighbor. And that's another reason why I love doing Friday mornings, and that is because it's a different time slot. Different time slot and a slot that we can commit to going forward for an extended however long. And so that's all of our friends in Europe can hang out with us. Or some friends of ours from the United States who are not able to hang out at 7 o'clock for one reason or another. Work schedules, family schedules, life schedules, it all gets in the way. But we live in an on-demand world, so here we are. It's the invasion of the Nathans. And I've waited until this moment to take my first sip. It is iced today. Yesterday I had it hot. I brewed it hot yesterday. But today is the last cup of the iced. So I'm going to have to brew another carafe, ice that down. It's the Quite Frankly Elevation Blend Coffee. If you haven't tried my coffee yet, you really should. We don't make much on it, but it doesn't matter. I just didn't want it to go away. So we did everything we could just to make sure it's here so I can keep buying it. That's on quitefrankly.tv, the shop section, the merch section. Get it there. And then right underneath that is the Keto Brainz. And there's more on Keto Brainz than just this incredible nootropic creamer that adds ketones and so much great brain and cognitive support nutrition into the coffee in a delicious way. You know, it's got that MCT coconut base to it, but you're not tasting like coconut coffee. And if you don't want to put it in your coffee, you don't have to. Put it in your protein shakes or something like that. Your brain needs it. But there's other stuff on that website. There's the nattokinase. There is the BCP 157. There is the electrolytes, which you're going to have to contact Molly directly for a little bit on that one. But use promo code July. It's the last week before we do the gigantic $2,500 raffle drawing, and then all of the honorable mentions. So cheers to you. Here it goes. As if it was going to be anything other than fabulous. There you go. Cat Zoomer says, I am a fan of your show and Timothy Gordon's show. Well, I love Timothy Gordon. He's a good man, and he's got a great family, and I want to do more work with him. I'm always talking to Tim about, hey, listen, what are we going to cover? We got to just do some deep dives on one thing or another. I don't care what it is. He's just fun to talk to, and I think that we do well on air. So there you go. Tell Tim I say hello, even though I'll text him later on. Thank you, Cat Zoomer. You're an addict, says Mark the Carnivore. Oh, please. Actually, I'm not that bad. One a morning. Sometimes, depending on what I'm going to be doing that night, I'll have another one. Maybe 2 cups a day. And you saw that they just published every 6 months, they publish something that's going to kill you. And then the next 6 months after that, they publish that, hey, you know what? Actually, if you have 5 times more than you ever have, it'll extend your life. And now I saw that. Wait, 5 cups a day. Hold on. Wait. Before we get into our reels, I love talking to the chats on Friday. I like talking to the chats last night too on Quite Frankly as well. You know, whenever we have a cancellation with a guest and I'm in a tough spot so late on in the day, it's like all hands on deck. And that was nice. That was nice interacting with the chat a little bit more, just the general chat, not just the super chats. The super chats are great because we need the support and it cuts through. You know, it's a good way of putting things aside and having things get cut through and set aside. Like it's statements it's really important for them to get through. That won't get lost to the scroll. There's a lot of strategic and really nice, just about bottom line reasons why super chats are important for people in my line of work. But there's nothing like the jumping into the current of the live chat. And Friday gives me a chance to really do that in a comfy way. But yeah, let me see here. 5 cups of coffee a day. Remember, Teddy Roosevelt drank like a gallon a day. All right. 4 days ago, ABC News. I'm telling you, it's every other week. 5 cups of coffee a day may potentially lower heart disease risk, doctors say. Drinking up to 5 cups is safe for most adults, and regular coffee consumption may be linked to lower risks of stroke, diabetes, heart failure, according to New Scientific. Great. So I'm just going to keep working out, drinking coffee, not putting anything in it other than the Keto Brainz. And so that'll help out with the stroke. And then as far as the clots, that's where the nanokinase comes in. Oh, shit. Oh, whatever. Please. Next week, they're going to tell us to drink donkey piss. It's good for you. I'm out of the brain, says Foxfield Farmer. Well, listen, the next couple of days, get a bag because it gets you into the running for all the prizes that's coming up next week. Trust the soyance. Yes, please. Put the soy nowhere near your coffee or anything else. None. RP 8704. So my pot a day is actually helping me. Good to know. It is. And we already debunked the whole idea that coffee dehydrates you, because obviously coffee is mostly water. So just make sure that you have some good electrolytes in your water the rest of the day. You know, your liter and a half, whatever you're going to drink. Just make sure you got something in there, at least some sea salt. It's got what you crave. So, welcome to the show, Rev. Who else is here? Shotzi. Let's get over to Rumble to see what's going on over there. Lisa Lou and Browntail, one of our pilot friends out there. Frank, aviation operates on coffee and jet fuel. I'm surprised you're not drinking jet fuel at this point, Browntail. See? Told you he's one of our pilot friends. So, and over on Pilled, who's there? Dewdrop, Andrea, and Flappy. It's great to have you guys around. All right. So, I don't know. Let's get to it, shall we? Let's get to it. The first thing I have up here is actually about coffee. It's actually about coffee. Let me go in. I love this damn music, so I just want to keep that going. But here's a guy. This was sent to me by a friend of mine, Rob Films. He's been doing every combination of espresso that you can. And a couple of days ago, he put his combination of espresso and prune juice. Prune juice. Let's take a listen.
Is dangerous, as everyone says. Prune juice came up a lot in the comments, so I guess. How bad can it be? Huh? How bad can it be? It's like a colonic in a glass. Piggy's out. Cheers.
Yeah, somebody in the comments over here, bro, don't chug it. What are you doing? The chugging is pretty crazy.
All jokes aside, that's fantastic. It's the kind that makes you take your clothes off. Is it really as dangerous?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I wonder. Go ahead and stir some magnesium citrate in it for sweetening, sir. Oh, man. Okay. Well, what's the weirdest thing that you put in your coffee, ladies and gentlemen? I guess you can put that in there. I know that we did this before. We read that it was salt. Some people put salt in there. Lemon juice, which is not outside of the, that's not too crazy because, of course, with espresso, you know, it's not uncommon to have it served with a lemon peel or some rind or something like that. So some zest. So there's that. I don't know. Poopy pants espresso, says Dill Brody. I've never seen that. I've never seen that before. Has anybody tried that? And what's the strangest coffee combination you've had? One of the most delightful ones is espresso and lemonade. It's almost like a black and tan, where where you see how the Guinness starts separating itself, and you have that awesome separation there. Well, the same thing with the espresso and the lemonade at this one place at Portrush, actually, who's been part of all of the events that we've been holding around here. And I had it there one day on a beach day. It's like 3 years ago. We went to the beach as a family, and on the way back, we're like, you know what? Let's stop at that new coffee place. It's the first time I walked in there. Looking around, I said, I'll try that espresso and lemonade. And it was pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. I think the coffee went to the bottom. I think the coffee floated to the bottom. I think it was dense. I think it was more dense. And then after I got rid of that, then everything else was just lemonade after. It felt like it was good. If you were supposed to mix it up, I don't know. I didn't want to. I like the layers that form there. What's going on, Grip Skidley? We got some people hanging out on Twitch. I've been including Twitch on the Friday streams, the morning streams, the last 2 Fridays. That's been nice. Why the hell not? So there you go. Welcome. All right, what's the next one? Then we'll get back into the chat rooms. This guy got into a fight with an ostrich. And damn, man. Okay, it's crazy. Now, I don't know how I would react in this situation. To be attacked by a bird that is very much larger than me. Look at this.
Wait, yes, you're right.
He's holding it down. And now he's just slapping the back of its head.
Fuck off.
And he screams, fuck off. Oh, man. Well, the guy's a badass. That thing's hissing, man. And it's holding out I wonder if that's where Steven Spielberg and everybody who worked on the first Jurassic Park got the inspiration for the spitter. What was it called? The Dilophosaurus or something like that. I forget the hell what it is. The one that spits all the venom that paralyzes you or something like that. You know how it's almost like the king cobra kind of effect that comes out over here. This thing is flapping out its useless wings, getting tall AF, and hissing.
Wait, yes, you're right.
And then just spanking him. Just spanking the ostrich in the back of the head. That's I like that. Just knew just enough to teach him a lesson and send him on his way. All right, so another thing that I like coming across over here on the internet is videos of groups of guys getting together. Who's that ragamuffin? Why is this so low cut? No? Okay. What's going on? What's going on, kid? Look at that ragamuffin hair. You look like you're working.
I was actually playing the drums downstairs.
Hold on here, talking to this a little bit more.
I was actually playing the drums downstairs.
What were you doing downstairs?
Playing the drums.
Yeah, but okay, so what's the big what's the mission down there right now? The mommy is starting the cleanup down there?
Uh-huh. And I found a couple of toys that I want to play with.
Okay.
There.
Oh, so you found toys that you want to bring up?
No, I found toys that I will play with down there, but I will not bring up.
Okay, you find anything down there that you think that your sister is going to like?
A couple of things, actually. My piano, my pink piano, and my little drum set with these.
Yep.
I'm going to play it because it still works, but I can't really hear it.
can't. Smile for everybody. See, you go like this. Show them your front tooth. This tooth is starting to see how loose we got. I told her I give you permission, Aurora, to wiggle that tooth. It's got to come out. She looks so cute with it. It's getting so long. Okay, well, I'm just gonna finish.
Wait.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go and finish up with my friends over here,
Okay.
and you go do your thing, and I'll be down there with mommy in just a little bit.
Bleh.
Okay.
Bleh.
Good to see you. All right. Well, it's not. There you go. We had. How nice was that? Right? She's busy. It's just one of those things where you have to. You bring your kid down to the basement to organize something because you have a goal, and they're looking for things to bring back up into the toy fold. Big sister. I've been practicing all my baby flipping again. Just remember flipping the baby, bringing her on up. I can't wait to just be walking around the house with a kid in my arms, just like this, just walking around with this little kid draped over my arm like a jaguar in the tree. That's going to be great. That's going to be great. The blessing. Carry us through the end, Lord. Carry us through to the end. Okay, let's see here. What a fun distraction, said. Yes, exactly. My kids don't visit me in the basement anymore. I know. That's the dad's in the basement. It stinks down there. Well, who the hell knows? That's probably my future too. But I hope not. I hope not. Hello, Tracer. What's going on, DHX? Flappy, Fact Finder. It's good to see you guys over there on, let me see, on Rumble, how's everything. Don't stop believing. Those feet can rip you apart, talking about the ostrich. Eat that chicken. Ragamuffin is getting all I know. Buy her a scooter. It'll come out when she face plants. Ask me how I know. Oh, she's got a scooter. She's pretty good. You know what before we go back to the reels, you know what she did the other day? I took her to the doctor. I took her to her pediatrician for a checkup, and also to check up on that little, loose cough she got. It's a postnasal drip. It's what I thought. I just wanted her to, take the stethoscope out and just make sure there's nothing rattling in the lungs, and there ain't nothing. It's good. Everything's all right. Anyway, so we're there, and we did the height and the weight and all that. And then her doctor just sat her down, and they were having a little girl talk, and she wanted to ask her little questions about, hey, so when you ride your scooter or a bike or anything like that, do you wear a helmet? Just making sure that she's doing things to whatever, to keep herself safe. Listen to this shit. She gets to the scooter talk, and I'm sitting there with them. So do you ride your scooter, and do you wear a helmet? And she says, sometimes. She's like, she was honest about it, because when she's in the driveway and she's just going up and down, she usually doesn't wear a helmet. Sometimes she just grabs a scooter and starts going up and down. But other times she will put the helmet on. It's not every time. She'll go sometimes. And then, Dr. Lori is telling her, well, you should definitely keep your helmet on, because brain cells are one of those things that, if you bonk your head or something like that and you hurt some brain cells, those are things that don't grow back. Just giving her a little bit of advice on how to keep her brain well protected and all that stuff, which is great advice. But she immediately, Aurora says, but Dad doesn't ever wear his helmet when he is riding his skateboard. And I'm like, don't bring me into, what are you talking, what? This is about you. I said, don't bring me into this. We're talking about you. You just grab your scooter and go. We're talking about you over here. She started ratting on me, tattling on me what I don't. And he doesn't wear his knee pads or his elbow pads that me and mommy bought him. Like, I said, we're talking about things. Just threw me under the bus. I'm like, first of all, I don't care. Okay, I'm 41 years old. Like I said, if I want to eat a sleeve of Oreos for dinner tonight, I can. And you can say nothing about it. But don't sidestep responsibility for we're talking about you for a moment here, making it about me. Crazy. Insane. Anyway, so whataboutism. I know it's already logical fallacies. If only Jay Dyer were in the room. If only Jay Dyer were in the room at that moment, it would have been done. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me see something here. I'm feeling a little hot. No. Okay. Does the sound is okay, everybody? It's not clipping on me or anything like that? Okay, here we go. Ready? Now, here is just some clips of some guys being stupid together, and I love when it involves a bee's nest or a wasp's nest. A hornet. I love when it involves this, and I miss being stupid with my friends. It's just impossible to get everybody together. I don't think I can get them all together right now if I was terminally ill, God forbid. But anyway, here you go.
Keep it down. I want to hear him scream. Okay, he's going to get stoned. Hold on, wait. Don't do it yet. Let me record.
I got it.
Don't you do it. You won't. Run, Scott! Run!
And the stupid... It runs back into the car.
Go! Oh my God! Close the door!
Oh my God, they're in the car.
Go! Leave the door closed. Leave the door.
I'm crying, nigga. Oh my God.
Where? Look at the car. Wait, keep it down. I want to hear him scream.
See, that's the good stuff. It's just so stupid. The stupider it gets, the worse the decision making gets, the funnier it is. Like the fact that he's gonna go and the position of the beehive is so bad as far as being able to get away that he has to go down that staircase that is essentially going to be in the middle of the swarm after he hits it with the stick is hilarious. That he's set himself up for failure right off the bat because he has to run through the swarm. And then the fact that the plan was to run back to the car as if you weren't going to be bringing all these things with you is just, it's just priceless. Hold on one more time. I want to see that retreat one more time.
Yeah, he's going to get stoned.
So stupid.
Hold on, wait. Don't do it yet. Let me record.
I got it.
Don't you do it. You won't. Run, Scott! Run! Run!
It's all over.
Go! Oh my God!
Oh man. Oh, such good times. That is fantastic. That is great. The Darwin Award. Yeah, I know. You could call it Darwin Award, but I think that it goes beyond that. I think that especially when guys get together, you can say this is stupid. I know it's stupid, but we're going to do it anyway because it might be funny. If we survive, it might be funny. You see, so there is stupidity and ignorance. And then there is the calculations that men make when we get together and an opportunity like this arises. It's not ignorance. There is stupidity that's involved, but it is just, it's a matter of asking the question, is the price we are about to pay worth the memory and the chaos? And oftentimes it is. You have to understand. I'm sure that that's it. Okay, so we started with bees, and now let's get around to some more animals. We did ostriches, bees, and now listen to this. Oh,
What?
I mean to do that. Oprah wasn't the animal. It was this. It was the cannibalistic jellyfish with disappearing anus are terrorizing Venice waters. You read that correctly. Venice is facing an unusual aquatic invasion, cannibalistic jellyfish with an vanishing anus. The culprit is Nemiopsis lidii. I hate the scientific names. Commonly known as the warty comb jelly or sea walnut, ranked among the 100 most dangerous invasive species in the world. These jellyfish have overrun the Venetian canals, clogging fishermen's nets and consuming fish larvae and plankton, creating a serious threat to the local ecosystem. The sea walnut is notorious not only for preying on its own young, but also for its bizarre anatomy. A temporary anus that appears only when it defecates before disappearing again. And I love the top comment. Disappearing Anus sounds like a great band name. It does. Yes. It does. Disappearing Anus. And it sounds like the kind of a band that would make a song like Detachable Penis by King Missile that we were watching the other day on the flip side. Disappearing Anus. There are only 3 original sentences left in the world, says Joe Grano. Why is its anus relevant? Because it's strange. And it can't be trusted. You want to talk about how species are invasive and anything else that's having an impact on a local ecosystem. You need the 411. You need to know exactly what's going on. You need to understand the brain bug from Starship Troopers. How are you going to defeat it if you don't know anything about it? What are its weak points? So we know that the anus is relevant because you can't trust anything with a disappearing anus. So if there's any sort of a cannibalistic jellyfish delegation that emerges from the canals in Venice and they start making contact and they want to be able to form some kind of a treaty or a truce, do not trust them. You cannot trust anything whose anus disappears. Okay, here's one for you. We're getting into Disney now. Disney adults in particular, which are essentially...
This couple spent
essentially like a species, a subspecies of...
This couple spent $400,000 trying to get back into Disney's most exclusive club, only to lose in court, so now they're spilling all the secrets. In case you're not aware, the Disney parks have a very exclusive membership organization called Club 33. It costs tens of thousands of dollars a year, and people wait decades to be allowed in. Scott and Diana Anderson were members for 5 years after being on the wait list for 12 years prior to that. But after Scott was found passed out on a bench in Disneyland smelling of alcohol, they were kicked out of Club 33. He says he was suffering from a vestibular migraine that day after having 2 glasses of wine. So the couple sued Disney to get back into Club 33, only for a jury to decide against them. And now they're ready to burn every bridge. So they've revealed to The Hollywood Reporter what you get when you're in Club 33. Besides access to the members-only dining and cocktail lounges in Disneyland and Disney California Adventure, where they hand-slice prime rib for you at the table, you get 5 VIP tours per person annually. The tour is basically a skip-the-line pass, and 10 people can go on one. Scott also says our park fees were waived, plus we got 100 park tickets for guests. Diana added, as a Club 33 member, you don't have to pay for the Lightning Lane or Genie Pass or all that other garbage. We used to get to ride the Lily Bell, which was Walt's personal car on the Disneyland Railroad train. And as members, they got to spend time in Walt Disney's old Disneyland apartment. Diana says they were even allowed to use the bathroom in there and poop where Walt pooped. A lot of celebrities are in Club 33, and the Andersons had some wild stories about them. Some friends of theirs were apparently denied a Thanksgiving dinner reservation at Club 33 because Tom Hanks shut down the entire club so he could have dinner with his family. Rebel Wilson was suspended for 30 days from Club 33 for taking photos in the bathroom and videos with Mickey, both of which are against the rules. And they also said it was a big scandal when Katy Perry auctioned off access to the lounge at a charity event for $150,000. $260,000. Diana says you are not allowed to give your tickets to charity. And the Andersons say that's one of the biggest problems these days with Club 33. Members are straight up selling access and all the exclusive shit for a profit. Quote, members sell their 100 park tickets. They're getting about $125 for lunch in the club ahead. Then there's the exclusive Club 33 merch. Members walk out with 10 bags in their hands of the latest releases of merchandise. They put it all up for sale. One of them even has an online store. We got Club 33 gardening vests and clipping shears that had the 33 logo on the leather pouch. They would sell those items on.
I need clipping shears, actually. I need new shears. My tomatoes have to get pruned back there, and I just realized I must have thrown out my shears. They must have been rusty or something like that. I can't find it anywhere. I've been using I've just been using regular scissors. It's tomatoes, so it's anyway.
Online and get $1,000 for them because they're so rare. There's also special events and people sell access to those events. The Andersons specifically brought up a dinner inside the Haunted Mansion. The couple calls the devotion to Disney a cult. Scott says it is very truly cultish. Every time they built a new ride and it wasn't up to snuff, members are like, what would Walt do? Diana added,
meanwhile, they spent $400,000 trying to fight their way back into the 33 Club. It's very cultish, they say. I mean, you're nuts. Okay, well, just, I was just saying, well, they're spilling the beans. What is it? Well, the only beans that I'm hearing being spilled is that celebrities are making money off of it by selling access or auctioning access and stuff like that. I thought they were going to talk about, seances and stuff that they have witnessed or whatever. So that's not the case. So the fact that A-lister celebrities are kind of flouting the rules a little bit with impunity is not very shocking to me. If you believe that this guy only had 2 glasses of wine and then just passed out on a bench somewhere in the middle of the park because of a migraine, that's ridiculous. He's definitely sloshed and polluted. But yeah, you're not Katy Perry, so I guess they're going to cut you off a little bit sooner. There's probably other things. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Somebody in the comments here says, I got to go as a guest of a member. The best part of it was having a nice air-conditioned place to relax and have a beverage on a hot day in the park. That was the worst part about, you know what? I'm sure I had really great times in Disney. Went there a few times as a little kid. I've got all those. I can show you those videos right now. That was in 1992, I think, or 3. And we went to Disney World. I've never been to Disneyland. I've only been outside of Disneyland while I've been in Anaheim for music-related stuff and NAMM and all that stuff. But I've seen Disneyland, and I've been in a hotel overlooking Disneyland, so you can actually see how small it is in Los Angeles. But we've spent a lot of time at Disney World. Only been to Epcot Center once, and I remember a lot, but the thing that supersedes everything is the heat. That's what I remember the most. I remember just being like, okay, where are we going next and how far is the walk? And is it air conditioned once we get there? That's all that's what I remember first and foremost. I think I remember being on Thunder Mountain Railroad and the Dudley Do-Right, or no, that's Universal. That's Universal Studios. Anywho, okay, so there's it's very Masonic looking. I mean, even with the floors, the tiling. Obviously, 33 stands out for people like us, but hold on, is this the end of it?
It is a cult and Walt's the Messiah. Of course, what's so ironic here is that even though they're now very critical of Disney, Club 33, and the people who pay for it, they fought for years to get back in after being kicked out. Yeah. This couple spent $400,000.
Yeah, $500,000 to dispute this? I mean, damn. All right, well, that brings us to this next one I thought was funny. The grown man inside the Mickey Mouse costume when an adult approaches them crying at Disney. It's true. Oh, it's true. Like, oh no. You think about that. If you're not one of the most, you got to hire some of the most compassionate people on the planet to be inside those costumes, because you know that, yeah, you're going to have children, but you're also going to have some of the most disturbed people, some of the most medicated people who are working through all types of trauma. For an adult to walk up to Mickey Mouse, a person in a Mickey Mouse costume, as if they're actually approaching a living, breathing cartoon, weeping, completely forgetting that there is a stranger inside the costume that is being paid with very minimal ventilation in there to help you get through your traumas. There is a strange element to it. I want people to have fun time. Seriously, have fun. Take pictures with all the characters that are walking around. But people really do. They need to be connected to reality a little bit more. It's nuts. What theme park characters and workers have to deal with people trying to work out all of their childhood issues is they're not paid enough. Like, there should be a therapist inside of every Mickey Mouse costume. There should be a therapist. You want to sit down and have a talk? Uh-huh. Tell me about your father. Huh? There's got to be something. You need a little bit more training than just. You need just a little bit more training than that. I don't know what it is. Oh man. Let's see here. Let me get into the chat rooms again before we move on to this next one. I got soaked on Dudley. Yeah, Mickey Mouse is racist, says Michael Orleans. We can only hope, right? Let's see. You ain't lighting heat sucks ass right now. Cult, a Freemason related cult, says John Sizz. Got kicked out for being decent humans. A social worker should be in there. Adult Disney fanatics are scary. It's okay to be a fan. And I appreciate a lot of old Disney. The artwork, I think, is fantastic. There's something very rich and cozy about it all. I love admiring the artwork in those earlier, especially all the ones from the 50s. Lady and the Tramp, Bambi, all those. Man, the artwork is fantastic. But yeah, the people who show up and they're like, I need to heal. This is Mecca. Anyway, there's that. Let me see how everybody else is doing. $400,000 in Vegas can provide a lot more therapy, says Don't Stop Believing over there on Rumble. Yeah. Oh man, they could have given me $400,000. You know what I would have done with it? That's a number that I'd divvy up. We were talking about this last night. Lottery. What do you do with lotto figures? What would I do if I won 10 million? Easy. What would you do if you won 400,000? And let's just say it's tax free. You got the full 400,000. Boom. Well, 100,000 is going into upgrading all aspects of the studio, because I think that the broadcast room can be completely redone for about $60,000. The $40,000 left over would be to bring a little bit more order into the music room, getting the V drums replaced with something that is more modern. That's going to take about $5,000, and making that also as broadcast capable and somehow married to the broadcast room where I do Quite Frankly in Studio A. Because if the room where I do all of my drum streams can be more easily accessed through the OBS and the system over there in Studio A, then that means I can start bringing in more bands and more musical acts to do live performances during the show, which I guess I can do that if they're just a little bit more acoustic, or if we can deal with the 15-second delay, perhaps, but it's just one of those things where I'm just one person. And I used to have a lot more crew and a lot more people hanging out at the studio at night, where everybody was enthusiastic to try new things and whatever. It's so much I can do on my own. So that first 100,000, boom, reinvest into the studio right there. The second 100,000, that is, I think that's purely just going into the the family checking account, taking care of one thing or another. You know, we got the hospital to pay for and all that stuff with the baby that's coming and all the other things going on this year. I think that would just be getting us ready for life after the arrival of smooth out the trajectory of life after the arrival of our beautiful Luciana. And then the last 200,000 I'm just putting right into the portfolio. Giving it to the financial advisor. That's it. Oh, I'm going to have to take at least $10,000 out of that 200,000 to do something with the Bronco. It might actually take $15,000 for the body work and the paint. I don't know what the hell I did. It's going to take forever. It's going to take forever. You know? It's going to take forever. The car's going to be 50 years old before I'm done with it because I can't do anything with it. I can't. So, Frank, you could do a Trump fund for the girls. You know what? I asked our financial advisor, who I met through my father-in-law. So he's helped me give me some order, and it's been really, really a great learning experience. He said that the Trump funds are actually pretty good, that there's no reason not to open it for Luciana. Aurora is not eligible for it, but Luciana would be. He says that's fine. What else did he say, though? Hold on. Give me a moment. There's something else here. I want to tell you. I said, hey, I know I asked you about the Trump accounts for either Aurora or the new baby about arrive in November. I asked my guy, Matt, and you told me that, whatever. I can't, I'm wondering, what do you think about it? Again, I forgot what you told me. He said, hi, Frank, I can't open, I sent him a link to a carousel that was talking about it on Instagram. He says, I have nothing against the Trump accounts. I just prefer a 529 college savings plans. But at the end of the day, starting to save money for your kids at an early age is invaluable, whether it is a Trump account or a 529, especially money that is growing tax deferred. I would absolutely open a Trump account for the new baby. Children between 2025 and 2028 automatically qualify for $1,000. That's free money that you don't want to pass up. So as soon as they are born, I would open up an account. You have to complete form 4547 on the Trump account's website. And then, yeah. So he has nothing against it. And obviously it's, why pass up on $1,000? Yeah, he said that too about Aurora. He said if you wanted to start it up for her too, just let me know and all that stuff. So, I mean, why not? Why not? Okay, here's some more breaking news. This is really good. Just from the music and the movies world, things are really moving and shaking, starting with Taylor Swift. She confirms that she has to say the N-word in her upcoming album. So she has to. I don't know who is putting her up to it, but that's that. On the movie front, Marvel confirms Spider-Man can and will say the N-word in an upcoming movie. Can and will. Like you are not going to stop them. And then more on the Marvel front, they confirm that Doctor Doom will say the N-word in Doomsday. So this is good. They have to find something to combat the Marvel fatigue, the superhero fatigue, to get people into the movies and also buying new albums, because what are you going to do otherwise? So that's it. They are upping their game, and they're making sure that they're going to be bringing the heat this time. All right, here is a carousel brought to you by Real Online Boy. Sam, the guy's name's Sam. I think he's in New York. I'd really love to get him on the show. But this is going to be bizarre. Whatever it is, these slides are, I don't know. I don't know what we're about to see. So just please go easy on me. And I'll try to go easy on you. All right, here we go.
top. Lick that cap in the back till it splish splash. Real talk, I don't last long like a dick dog. Probably why they always break it off like a Kit Kat. Pit stop, pull it in through with a thick knob. Tongue on a tulip and a tingle on my tip top. Did a bad biddy on a bench at the brick shop. Benchworm don't mean shit. Lick that cat till the drip drop.
Okay. That's somebody's life.
Be careful who you share your apples with, because once they get their apples filled, their baskets full, they might also be the one at the bottom cutting your tree down while you're still up there. So be careful who you share with. Be careful who you share your apples with, because the one you share your apples with, once they get their basket full, also might be the one at the bottom of the tree cutting your tree down while you're still up there. Yeah, watch who you let in your orchard. Be careful.
Okay. I guess that's some, I don't know, a parable. That's a modern day parable right there. Be careful who you get your apples with.
All I can say, I'm blessed. I thank the Lord for giving me the ability to, sober up, get my life together. And, all this stuff possible. For real. I thank my mom. I thank my support team. Thank God for blessing me with a hustle mentality. I got my roommate, man. He couldn't do it without him.
What the fuck?
All y'all folks stay blessed, man. Stay blessed. Big love.
All right. Damn, man. That's crazy. The jail, just that life in jail. I mean, if that's going to be your stock for trading or whatever the hell else, I mean, you at least got to organize it a little bit better. It's just like, damn. Here's a comment on there. The third slide is really sad because the way that they use commissary items in jail is like a whole ass economy. If I remember correctly, one could compare it to the way that gold backs US dollar are used to. Truth be told, the value there represents a hefty sum, quite a bit of trading power, but only in jail. Bro's probably in for life, and this is all he knows now. He's thanking God and showing off his wealth like somebody showing off their house and fancy sports car out there. Inmate culture is fascinating. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it's being and has been very, very closely studied. Holy shit. Yeah, thanking your parents and God for accumulating all this Mountain Dew in jail as it is just strewn about the floor next to the toilet is wow. I hope that is a Halloween costume. I really hope that this is a Halloween costume. Because if it's not, it's no better than her doing this with a dead body. I really hope it's a Halloween costume. But then again, we are just tumbling down the mountain right now and hitting every branch, every twig, every pebble along the way. So I'd believe anything.
I'm hot and ready, now send me the fucking natty. I'm a bullet to the bullets, you a hoe for the homies, you a two-faced bitch. Caught you out on your shit, still my grand, you pussy down, I Rick and Morty the script.
Okay, well, gotcha.
Pay attention to the water, not the skies. That's what I told all of you, but did you listen? No. And now multiple reports coming out of Florida are confirming from sailors, Navy officers, military personnel that there is in fact a mothership under the water off the coast of Daytona Beach, Florida. Now, there have also been sightings of over 1,000 different orbs that are floating above this mothership. I kept trying to tell you, I'm an air sign, but something kept saying, it's more about the water. It's the water. They're not showing up in the skies. There are going to be versions of them showing up in the sky, but pay attention to the water. When I got into that council meeting, all I could feel afterwards was we're being misguided. We're being misdirected. It's not over the skies. It's in our oceans. And now people are coming forward claiming and saying that they've seen it. So and before you say photos or didn't exist, I have so many friends from Florida sending me videos and photos. Pay attention.
Okay. What council meeting? Are we talking about like the galactic council meeting? This is what I'm talking about before, guys. And these are such, I mean, people are racking up hundreds of thousands of subscriptions based on this stuff. And I feel like I should just form some, if I can just develop some form of schizophrenia then the show is going to take off. The show is going to take off. Had a really good run over here. I've got a fantastic audience. We're 20 years in, and I still believe that the sky is the limit. But obviously, a lot of things are changing on the internet. And when I feel like in the last couple of years, I have become a normie compared to the shit that is out there. Now, motherships, things that are in the water, hidden technologies in the water, hidden bases in the water, perhaps even alien colonies in the water. I am all open for it, and I want to hear more about it. We talked about it a lot over the air. Even the calls that we've gotten over the years from people in the Navy who have seen these things that are just, illuminated the waters around them, and also moving at speeds that are completely uninhibited by what you would consider normal for underwater travel, where any kind of drag or anything, like almost like there's a displacement of water so that it can move as freely as it would be in the air for any kind of aerial propulsion or something like that. So I love it. But on the other hand, holy shit. Holy shit. Pixie didn't happen. Oh yeah, I have tons of friends. who have sent me videos and pictures. Okay, show them. No, I don't want to give them away. Okay, anyway, let's do another.
Want to hear something crazy? I'm literally stuck in a hospital. That was my bed. I've been here for 3 days. And I can't even get out. Can't even get out of here. Because of security protocol. Can't even go down this lane. Can't even go down this lane. Can't even get out of here. Because I have to get security clearance for some stupid reason. Because I signed a piece of paper when I was sick, and obviously when I was sick, I was unaware. Gotta read the small print. And on top of that, my stupid dad stole my keys, which is over there, and he's not calling me, and he's not giving.
Oh boy, I wonder if he even has a father. This is strange. This is all. What is this?
Van dit toilet afkomt,
oh no!
Is zo heftig.
Oh god! Oh, forget about it. We've seen this one before, and this is actually a nice story. That's a nice story. This couple over here, one with Alzheimer's. That's a nice story. So we've seen that before.
Josh, I need you to stay off my Xbox when I'm playing my games, because whenever you sign in, it signs me out. This is Mage Mazer. I'm really thugging.
So did he actually draw all that stuff on his eyelids with that's marker, obviously. He drew that on because it's bleeding. Good Lord. You know why I like doing all this bizarre stuff? Because like I said many times before, whatever you got going on in your life, give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. And now, because we are still in July of 2026, I want to go back to I want to go back in time 100 years. And I want to listen to a song, the most popular song in America in July of 1926, also by Real Online Boy. And please follow along with the lyrics on the screen.
Doing the Charleston, who makes me wanna jack off. Birth control does not exist. Everyone smokes at the doctors. Oh, what a relief that the One World War is finally over. I think communism might really work. Let's give it a try. Oh, what's the worst that could go wrong? Give it a try. Germ theory of disease just came out. I still think that you get sick because you have gay thoughts. The idea of a black president is a a great idea for a funny cartoon. Women just got the vote. Excel want to do a bunch of other stuff like be a doctor, cop, or drive a bus. I would rather die than have a girl for a boss. Can you imagine it? I'm getting the vapors just thinking about a dame telling me what to do. The age of consent was literally 10 years old a couple decades ago. Things have gotten so politically correct. A man can take a 6th grader for a drink without people giving him the stink eye. Take me back to 1895. Oh, if you're gay,
If you're this first one, if you're gay,
we'll send you to the hospital.
we'll send you the and then to jail. Oh man. Oh, it was a unique time. 100 years. A lot has changed in 100 years. How much would you go back to? I love that. The idea of a black president is a great idea for a funny cartoon. Oh boy. All right, one last for the road. One last one for the road. It's 11:27 and we've made for a nice hour, and then I'll check the chat rooms before we go. How dead deer look on the side of the road. I think we can all agree that this is fairly accurate.
God, that's a dead deer. Ew, dude, that's gross. Ew. Oh my God, is that a deer? God. Holy crap. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh my God. That's a dead deer. Ew, dude,
That's good. That's good. People finding this entertainment is insane. You see, I wish I can just point and click people and make sure that they can never use the internet again. If I can, I want to be able to add people to the no rights list. I have a no rights list that I'm building where people just added there. They have no rights anymore. And then I also would like a separate list where I guess part of the no rights list would be internet access, right? It's better to manage one list than two lists. So I'm going to just start adding internet access to the no rights list. If you're on the no rights list, you've also lost your access to the internet. And there's a lot of people I'm just like, boom, you're not fit for this life, this digital life. Here's one thing I'm going to keep in mind for Luciana though. Somebody said newish parents teaching your toddler to say behold instead of look unlocks a whole new level of hilariousness. Behold. If I can remember this to teach Luciana sometime around 1.5, 2 years old, say, Luciana, behold. Behold. Oh man. Oh man. That would be great. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, into the chat room we go, just to say goodbye to everybody. I have not seen Chaplin in a long time. People are weird. Yes. Frank, did you ever have Marzulli on the show before? No, I haven't. I'd like to. I'd like to. There's a lot of people I've tried. You know, I don't tell you all the booking attempts I make over the years, but I just don't get some places with some people. I might be able to get L.A. Marzulli on the show through a number of. You think that mutual contacts would be that would be something that would make something easier? It's not. There you go. You're having a boy? No, we're having another girl. SR, having another girl. Now this is a catchy tune I like, says Tracer. AI made that song, didn't it? No, Stacks. No, that's Real Online Boy. That is not AI. No voting rights, I hope, says Rosie. Oh, voting rights is a part of it. Obviously, we're going to take voting rights away from people on the no rights list. Cassie Coppersmith would be a great guest. If you have guest suggestions, please email me, frank@quitefrankly.tv, and leave me their contact information or a link to something that they've done. That would be great. Frank, do a show about YouTubers who disappeared. John, let me know. Let me know where I can find a list to start with that. I don't know who has disappeared. There are some people I know who just kind of left. They came back. They popped up on other websites, but a lot of people. We were talking about one of them before, son of Nuo, who did all of the Charlottesville breakdowns and analysis and all that stuff. He up and left, deleted all of his work. I think a lot of that was just, it had to be a combination of he wanted just a semi-normal life. He was getting a lot of political and legal heat thrown his way. And you know what? People who are doing work like that also have to look in the mirror and ask, what am I going to change? What am I going to change, and how much of this is worth it? Like the damage I'm going to do to myself. I feel like a lot of people don't understand that too. And I sympathize with that as well. There's a lot of people who just want to see others with channels and all that other stuff go headfirst into the fire and be brave on everybody else's behalf. When if they get a knock on the door, a lot of your followers, a lot of the people who subscribe to you, and most of them are just casual. You have your core. Like, I know that there are people in this audience. If I was really in trouble, and I feel blessed for this, if I was really in trouble in some way, I don't know what to expect, but I expect that there are people in this audience who would show up and be there to support in one way or another. They'd go out of their way. I know that because I just know what, and this is everybody, you can account for this. If you have 10 followers, maybe you can say, I have one or two that I know would actually show up for me if I was in trouble. But most of the other people, the casual people, just like, oh, well, that sucks. And then they go on with their life. And I think once you start really feeling the heat for work that you're doing, independent work that you're doing, you start wondering, how is this going to impact the rest of my life? Like, what's the trade-off? And then you have to make some practical decisions. And that's a big reason why some people leave. And we've also seen a lot of our friends, I won't say how many, really suffer some emotional breakdowns. And you have to be sensitive to that too. What we do, it's one thing that's why I like the Route 66 shows. They actually heal something inside of the audience and inside of the hosts. It gives you a little bit more it gives you just a little bit more of a healing factor there, because the deep diving and everything that people were doing hardcore from like 2017 to 2020 and then through all COVID and stuff like that. The more you dive, the more darkness you find. And then you also balance that off with your beliefs in what you have to start estimating what you think the chances for actually turning this ship around is. And when you keep finding darkness and you also don't find any hope along the way, people start going nuts. They really do start going nuts. And we've seen personalities change with people. I've been cut off by friends that I thought I would have for a lifetime, friends in media, and things just go sideways. And everybody just starts pointing at you. That's also when everybody starts sniffing each other out. People who used to be friends just sniffing each other out and digging into each other. Once they realize that, hey, I don't think that we're going to be able to change the system, then they start looking around them to see if there's any traitors among them. And you know what? I think differences in opinion and all that stuff that used to be chalked up to just being differences of opinion start becoming something more deeper and darker because your trust in everything has been broken. And there's so many reasons why people leave. So many. So I'm trying to create an alcove where we can be up to date. We can get into those murky waters a little bit, but then we can also get out and shower off a little bit, Who else? I'm not going to confirm or deny anything. But if you guys have if you want to do people who have disappeared from YouTube, get in touch with me. Like Ice Age Farmer left for a while, but he's back. And sometimes people just really need to step away. And there's other reason why people step away for more than political reasons. Sometimes just things happen in their lives where it's just, I have to be with my family for a little bit. Chrissy Mayer is an interesting character. Chrissy, you know, it's one of those things. You just get caught up. You just get caught in the cross. I'm seeing a delay of Aurora from before in this other. That's crazy. I thought Aurora was just showing up. Holy shit. In my monitor over here, I'm watching. I just got spooked out. I saw Aurora show up peeking over my shoulder over here for the first time. And then I looked over here in the real time and she's nowhere to be found. Holy shit, that was crazy. That's the other thing. Okay, real quick before I leave. It's 11:37. I got to get out of here. People like Chrissy. I know Chrissy years before most people knew her. She's just a local comic before she really got into, you know, expanding her brand and growing it and all that stuff. When you know somebody personally, you can see something happen to them online where they get into a little bit of hot water, they get caught up in maybe not assessing a situation very well, or kind of overlooking something, or maybe lying about something and thinking it's just something you can move past real quick, and you create a little bit of a firestorm around you, and it gets very tribal and all that shit. You go, oh shit, man. You just watch people get into issues. But at the same time, I know Chrissy's not connected to anything. She's not like, I know how ordinary of a life Chrissy has. You know, that's one of those things where I know how ordinary a life Chrissy has. And then when I watch people like throwing rotten vegetables at her in several chat rooms and all that stuff, and talking about, you know, what role she's playing here and there and all that stuff, like, well, listen, you get yourself caught up in streamer drama, that's one thing. It becomes like personal and all that stuff, but it's usually not bigger than that. But we make things bigger. And I think a lot of times we make things bigger in the new media world because a lot of the hopes that we had for having people of great importance and influence being clapped in irons and thrown in jail, I think a lot of us have kind of dashed that hope away. And now it's just more so about we want to purify our own ranks. I think that at least subconsciously takes over us. So, yeah, the quartering stuff, that was the latest of it. And I'm reading the chat room. Yeah, I agree with you. There's a lot of people create their own problems. No doubt. And me, you know, I know drama is a really great promoter. It's a really great promoter, but I want nothing to do with it. I'm always just trying to find and refine and refocus my niche here, because hopefully that starts giving us an avenue of growth that doesn't require putting the rocket fuel of drama on your pack, or having to be the one to host or be the mediator or of a great debate, or, you know, get yourself in the middle of it to bring some shine on you and all that stuff. That's exhausting. I want to wake up in the morning and be excited about what we're going to talk about that night, and just let that be the factor. And thank you guys and gals for being playful participants in it all. So email me if you have any ideas, especially if you wanted to do lost YouTubers and all that stuff. I can look into it, see if there's any legs and any legs to that story. But all the best. Have a great weekend. I won't be live tonight. I will be live tomorrow night at 9:00. So put it in your notifications. The first hour or so, I will go live on YouTube and Rumble and Twitch, just so that if you have your notifications on, you'll hear it. We can watch it. I'll have the hookahs packed. Cousin Sherry and Dave will be by. And then around the halfway point, we will bounce off to quitefrankly.tv, to pilled.net. So I hope you stay with us. It's going to be a nice night. And if you have any really fun Saturday night topics that you want to suggest, send them to me. All right? send them to me. That's all. Have a great weekend and all the best to you.